Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad that you're able to stop by. So today we're going to talk about so many different things because today is New Year's Day. It is now January 1st, 2019, and let's just wrap up the year, right? So 2018 was the worst and the best year of my life. Now, I know that sounds cliche because pretty much everybody on YouTube is saying that, but for me, it's true. So let's break it down. So first off, in my personal life, I had a really rough year. I started a relationship at the beginning of this year, January 8th, and it was great. I loved this girl to bits and pieces. But for one reason or another, different things happened, and the trust between us was broken. I've already talked briefly about this, but we're going to dive into a little more detail here. So the trust between us was broken, and after that trust was broken, it was very hard to build it back, to get the relationship back to where it used to be. So by doing that, the relationship was doomed to fail. And so in September, actually, she broke it off with me. And that hurt. I was really lost because I had invested so much time in this relationship trying to make it work, and it didn't. And so I was crushed. I was hurt. But while I was in pain, while that relationship hurt, the ending of it at least, it enabled me to find confidence in myself, right? I was able to figure out what I wanted, what I needed. I was able to start making choices for the best for me, right? What does Garrett need? What does Garrett want? What is going to help Garrett be a better person? And so after September, I've spent these last few months figuring out who I want to be, figuring out the kind of person that I'm going to be, figuring out how to love myself, right? Because let's face it, adulting is hard. Being an adult is hard. I'm 20, almost 21. I live in my own apartment. I'm by myself. I'm working 40 plus hours a week. And then once school starts up, I'll be doing that as well. So being an adult is hard. I'm not saying that it's like, oh, poor me, being an adult is hard. No, I'm saying being an adult teaches you life lessons. You have to learn these lessons for yourself. You no longer have somebody there holding your hand while you jump across the puddle. It's time for you to try to jump across the puddle yourself. You know what I mean? So it's different, but it's a good different. So 2018 has taught me self-love. It's taught me to be confident in myself and my abilities, and it's helped me become the person that I want to be. Yeah. So 2018 personal life, bad but good. All right. Next section, we're going to talk about the channel. We're going to talk about Garrett Stone. You notice I am no longer the Crazy Cover Guy. I have rebranded. The Crazy Cover Guy is no more. That's still my Twitter handle. It's still my Instagram handle. But as far as the actual channel, I am just Garrett Stone. I wanted to go by my actual name because there's going to be a shift in content on this channel. So not only is it going to be covers, I'm still doing covers. I still have covers coming out. And it's also going to be for my original music as well. Original music that I'm working on. But also, I want to do short films. I want to do little skits. I want to do little documentaries. I talked about this in this video, the Do What You Can't. I want to create what I want to create. And so for most of this year, I kind of took a break. I haven't really uploaded a lot of stuff since like, I don't know, since June, since July. I haven't really uploaded a lot. Mainly because I was working on my album, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But I want to shift my content to weekly uploads and still do covers, still do original music, but also do short films and documentaries because I want to create things. I have a passion to create now, which we're also going to talk about where I found that new spark. And I want to take that passion, I want to create things. I want to create whatever I want to create. And so I hope that you guys will stick around for that. So let's talk about my music. The first album, Beginnings, was released in November. It is now January of 2019. It was okay. I'm proud of the album that I put out. I'm proud of the work that went into it. But on that same note, like, it was just subpar. The music that I created was not amazing. It didn't have sticking power. It wasn't long lasting. You know what I mean? And it reflects that in the streams and the downloads and the purchases of the album that were made, because not a lot of people bought the album. Not a lot of people streamed the album. A, because they don't know who I am, but also B, the music just doesn't have that oomph. There's no hits, right? There's nothing to like catch that listener and be like, hey, this is a good song. This is great. This is amazing. There was none of that on there. And so, while I understand that it was not the best album, I'm also proud of what I did. But the thing to remember is that this is just the beginning. This is the beginning of a journey. Hence the name of the album, Beginnings. Because everyone has to start somewhere. Everyone has to learn. I'm still learning. I'm a vocalist. That's what I do best. I was in choir for close to 10 years. So, vocals and singing is my main performance. I took piano lessons for like 4 years. I was absolute garbage. I didn't learn. I didn't practice. That was my fault. I could have been good, but I didn't want to practice. But I know enough to get me by. I'm a self-taught drummer. I know how to play the ukulele. I'm teaching myself to play the guitar and the bass. So I'm learning these things. This is a journey for me. And this was the beginning of that journey. So the next album that I put out, I'm actually working with some people, and that's what we're going to talk about now. Who am I now working with? I am working with my friends Tim Hopkins and Casey Walker. They just launched their YouTube channel, T&C. If you like adult humor content branded for 18 plus, that's the channel to go to. That's what they're trying to do with their content. All of the content on this channel will remain family friendly, pardoning some language in the music, but that happens. Tim and Casey are now helping me with my music. Casey is an amazing musician. He can play the piano, he can play the guitar. He's amazing. And then Tim is a great vocalist and an amazing producer as well. They're both great producers, so they're helping me to produce my next album, which I've already started work on. I can't tell you anything about it yet because it's still in the planning phases, but I am working on new music. I am working on more music. I'm also writing my own stuff, like on the ukulele and stuff that you will see going up on my channel, just little rough versions of songs that I'm working on. So, in addition to working with them on music, I am also the cameraman and editor for T&C. So, I'm working with them and we're collaborating, and there's so much more at play. We have so many big plans for big things that I can't tell you about yet. I'm super excited, but I can't tell you about it yet. When the time comes, you will be the first to be filled in. But until then, just know that I'm working with some amazing people who have re-inspired that spark. And finally, I just want to say 2019 is going to be my year. So I'm going to create what I want to create. I'm going to create some amazing things. And I'm super excited to have you guys on the journey. So 2019, you better watch out because Garrett Stone is coming for you, and he's not going to stop for anything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for sticking around. And if you liked the video, hit a like. If you want to show your friends what I'm all about, hit share. Anything helps. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.